I'm a graduate of Naval Academy, but I don't care where you go to school. I don't know if there's any school out there that prepares you for this. When you hear about your child, who you love unconditionally, that they may have a life-threatening disease, I mean, it brings you to your knees. Sean was diagnosed at the age of 5. There was really no abnormalities that we could see, but his nose was always running.
One day I was at the beach with a bunch of other friends and their kids, and Sean's nose was just running. And the one mom had suggested maybe taking him to like an ENT. And that's when it was presented to me that he may have cystic fibrosis. And I was like, what? I had heard of it, but I didn't really know much about it.
I don't really remember any difference in like the before or the after. I just understood that this was this thing I had to do these treatments for and take pills for.
The whole family is just totally disrupted from whatever you thought was your routine becomes something of the past, and you have to adjust to this new reality.
It came down to, well, we're on a mission now. Raising awareness, raising money, taking care of Sean and finding a cure. And we both jumped in full force.
Have a great walk, God bless, and let's beat this disease. Thank you.
I have a lot of jobs that pay me, and I have 2 jobs that don't, and I probably spend as much time on those 2 jobs that don't. One's the United States Naval Academy, because without the Naval Academy, I would not be where I am today. The other is the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. If you know anything about the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, we're small but mighty. There's 40,000 people in the United States that have CF. It's an orphan disease, less than 200,000, so we don't get the federal funding that we'd like. Advocacy is important and fundraising is important. I give a lot of credit to the New York Giants and Sean O'Hara. He has a golf tournament and a dinner. In 2024, he went over the $1 million mark of raising money for Sean's pals in the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. So I obviously found a great partner in Sean O'Hara.
And I know Bill Squires is going to be celebrating one day when we find that cure. He will be at the forefront of that parade.
We've been doing this now for 23 years, and I've been blessed because I just know so many people that care about me and care about my family. We're willing to step up to the plate and help us raise money and awareness.
The foundation has been very supportive since we first got involved, and they've been tremendous as far as the progress.
The science is making a difference. It certainly has improved his quality of life. Before Trikafta, it'd be 4 or 5 or 6 hours before he felt the best he was going to feel all day. And now he's waking up in the morning feeling the best he's going to feel.
Trikafta is wonderful, but it's not a cure, and that's what we have to still strive for that. And for the people that with CF that can't use Trikafta, that's what's so important too, all these nonsense mutations. So it's an ongoing process, and we won't stop.
I wish we had the science that we're blessed to have now when my son was born, because the life expectancy for those being born between 2020 and 2024 is in the mid-60s.
When I was younger, the life expectancy was 32. Now that I'm 28, with Trikafta and just the way that it's completely changed everything, I have no idea what is going to happen in 10 years from now. But really, music and DJing and producing music is like the one thing I care about.
I'm very proud of him and all that he's endured, his bravery and perseverance. Sean was diagnosed when he was 5 and he just turned 28. For me, that's something to celebrate.
I love my son. When he was going through this, when he was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years old and persevering, I really began to respect him. And I guess you don't think about, respecting a 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old kid, but I did because of what he was going through. And he didn't cry or complain about it. He held on. It was tough. It was tough for him.
I feel like it affects me way more mentally in terms of like severe depression and things that maybe as a kid I didn't pay attention to or understand at the time, but has just had a lifelong impact on the way I think about things or the way I am now as an adult.
Every day is a new day, and the fight continues. When he's producing music and he's performing, he's at his happiest.
When I'm in front of a crowd, there's like thousands of people, it's where I feel like most comfortable. I'm totally focused on what I'm doing. Music is just the one thing that I've always had, no matter what. That's been the one thing that gives me purpose.
He looks healthy. You can't see that he's got a disease. It gets harder. But the harder doesn't stop us. You know, we're on a mission. I hope I see a cure before I die. But if I don't, you know, I'll be doing it to the day before I die.